The Evans Law Group, providing a full spectrum of family law services.
I work as a systems analyst and information professional for the state of Texas. My case was a divorce case, and with custody contested. I said we could do shared custody. We could make it quiet and inexpensive and whatever, and he said, by no means am I ever going to let you have custody of our daughter. My now ex-husband is also an attorney, though not a family law attorney. And so that complicated things a little bit. Mr. Evans clearly knew the staff, he knew the judges, he knew exactly what the procedure was going to be, and that had been relayed to me. He was very comfortable, very capable and prepared. In fact, at first, my ex-husband had hired his own counsel, and Mr. Evans came across as a much better attorney than my husband's Congress Street high-price law firm attorney. And later, after my husband fired his attorney and represented himself in the court, Mr. Evans basically ran circles around him. Well, I was very nervous. I couldn't believe I was here doing this, what a step I was going to take, what kind of disaster could befall me, because I knew it was going to be a tough fight. After my meeting with Mr. Evans, I felt like there were real possibilities that while this would not be a pleasant experience, I would have the support of a whole group of people who would be able to answer my questions and to be able to pursue what I felt was right for me and my daughter. From the beginning, not only did Jimmy Evans, but the rest of Evans Family Law, from the paralegals, the support staff, everyone did a very good job in correcting exactly what family law in Travis County could do for me and how we could work with it. When I came to the realization that I was ready for a divorce, I felt empowered. I felt like I was taking control of my life and my daughter's life. And the day that we filed for divorce and I moved out of the house, I actually went to sleep that night thinking that my future was wide open, and I had not felt like that for 5 years. He is one tenacious guy who will keep going and keep going, maybe a Jeep that's going up a mountainside, but one that gets to the top and gets you back down safely. The day before I went to court, I came to the office and I spoke at length with the paralegal that had been assigned to my case, and we went through exactly what was going to happen. And then I had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Evans the day before we went into court, and he explained to me what it was that we were going to be encountering that day. And so while I was nervous and I had been reassured, and there had been, I don't want to say coaching, but there had been some discussion of how I needed to answer questions, how I needed to think before you speak, that kind of thing. I felt like I had been prepared to answer the questions that I needed to make to do it adequately for my case. I had excellent communication both with the paralegals, the rest of the staff, and with Mr. Evans. When I needed to speak with him specifically, he got back with me right away. We had conversations of as long as 45 minutes. I never felt that my time and my questions or my case were not absolutely at the forefront of his mind at the moment we were talking. Every financial statement that I received from Evans Family Law was detailed, it was complete, it was accurate to what I had kept track of. It was very easy to make payments into the online account. If I had any questions, they were promptly and completely responded to my satisfaction. No legal representation is inexpensive, but the most expensive legal representation you could purchase or invest in is something where you're just a number and you are not successful in the outcome of your legal case. Both myself, my family, believe firmly that you get what you pay for, and Mr. Evans and Evans Family Law went above and beyond what we paid, and the outcome was worth absolutely every penny. My brother was in court with me the time that my husband's expensive attorney really bumbled and looked a fool in court, and Jimmy was right there to come back at him, and that was terrific. And Doug just thought Jimmy was very, very good. My brother in particular just thought he was a rock star, and so did my parents.
When life's path takes an unplanned turn, call the Evans Law Group for a consultation at 512-628-2550. The Evans Law Group, providing a full spectrum of family law services.